celebrating the art and innovation of Tiffany. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is Mike Anderson. He is the Public Relations and Marketing Director for the Reading Public Museum. Thanks for being with us. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Now, when many people think of Tiffany, they think of jewelry, but we're talking about the jeweler's son. We're talking about Louis Comfort Tiffany, who's known for his amazing glass work.
That's right. He was originally a painter and did landscapes and was interested in nature and also interested in the art of glass. Through his trips to Europe and actually the Far East was inspired. So he made many innovations and many contributions to the art of glass design. But particularly, we have an exhibition of lamps that were done by he or his studio.
What's really interesting about his work is that it's beautiful, it's nature inspired, it's colorful, but you also get the sense that it's a reaction against the opulence and the over-the-top kind of designs of the Victorian period, getting really back to nature.
Exactly. It was considered part of the Art Nouveau period, and you'll see elements of nature throughout all the lamps. And we have not only desktop lamps, we have floor lamps and hanging lamps, and in this particular case we have a moth. It's called a moth lamp screen, and this is a screen that would hang in front of the illumination. And most of these are popular. The big popularity, and most of our collection, is from the early 1900s, where there were still gas lamps, oil lamps, as well as some electric lamps. So this one could go in front of any. We have this example will be in the show, as well as others.
Now, when we talk about this work, you're actually dividing this show into themes. And the themes are really interesting. You're talking about fabrication, design inspiration, so we can actually learn how these lamps were created and the inspiration behind them.
Exactly.
But we're also talking about technology. How does technology come into play?
Well, as I just mentioned, you know, the turn of the century, we were still emerging into using electricity as a daily way of illuminating the house. So as better ways of using electricity were devised, so did the structure of the lamps and how they were designed to get the best use out of the design.
Now, I think high dollars when I think Tiffany. I think big costs associated with these items, but affordability is one of the themes.
Well, that was the goal of Louis Comfort Tiffany, to not only provide objects of beauty, but also articles of utility. That's the title of the show. So he was trying to make them affordable. You know, in reality, at that time, they'd cost about $200 to $400, and at that time, that was probably a yearly salary. So maybe the affordability was not quite what he wanted, but he was trying to make it you know, objects of art, bring them into the home and make it so everybody could see it.
Now, we're going to show one more image, and this is really beautiful in terms of the color, but give us an indication as to how this would be used.
Well, this is a hanging shade. This would be for electric lamp, and it's one of the grape designs. It's made of leaded glass and bronze. It would hang over a table mostly, or over a desk or whatever, and it was just so beautiful in the use of nature and the flowing elements. Not only that, Tiffany was an inventor of different ways, different types of glass: opalescent glass, iridescent glass, which is called Favril. Also shapes. The grapes might have a little bit of three-dimensionality to them on there, or some texture to the glass itself. So, and some of the metalwork on there. Tiffany was very ornate with that, but still keeping in the theme with nature. We have several of these hanging lamps, and as I mentioned before, desk lamps, standing lamps, but it's going to look beautiful up in our galleries, because we'll have the lights dim, and these will be the real showpieces.
Now, this actually runs October 9th through January 23rd. In conjunction with this exhibit, you have a series of lectures, and you're doing a collaboration with Goggleworks as well.
We are. Goggleworks is putting on some special workshops, which you can see on their website or on ours, readingpublicmuseum.org. And go to this exhibit. We have some cross-referencing on it. We also have lecture series that talks about how to make the glass lamps, and also Tiffany's background as a painter and whatnot. Also, our Bagels and Box series. We have a what was called a let's see, Palm Court Ensemble is playing music at that time.
All right. Well, sounds exciting. Thanks so much. We've been talking with Mike Anderson. I'm Jill Horner.